Welcome to my channel, people of YouTube, where I talk about Mega Man and his merchandise in the most obsessive manner. Today I'll be making an in-depth review for the Mega Man 11 model kit made by Kotobukiya. Let's get right to it. Alright, to start, I'm going to talk about the build experience of the model. This model took me about 4 to 5 hours to build with a little bit of panel lining, which is pretty fast thanks to the undergates on this kit, which is a technique that Kotobukiya uses that significantly decreases the amount of burrs that are on the kit. If you look at his legs right here, the burrs are barely even noticeable because of the undergating. I have no sandpaper whatsoever, and you know, he still looks awesome. For the sculpt, I think it perfectly captures Yuji Ishihara's cool and serious but cutesy design for Mega Man perfectly. The face has the trademark Mega Man eyes, the chubby cheeks, there's some paneling on the chest and feet, and everybody's favorite big blue boots. Even on the neck, you can see he's got this blue collar, which kind of gets in the way of articulation, but we'll get to that in a minute. I think the best part of this kit's look right out of the box is the face. The painting on the face is definitely Kotobukiya's best. If you look at the regular face right here, let me just pull in the focus a little bit. If you look at the face, the regular face here, they even took the time to panel line the mouth slit right there, which is something the other Kotobukiya models don't have, and I think that's a great detail. Now, moving on to the articulation of the model, and there's a lot to talk about here. The articulation is just beautiful. You've got your standard neck ball joint here, your ball joint at the hips, double jointed knees, double jointed arms, and all that. But there is a lot of stuff that this kit does that's new, that's just completely brand new, and we're going to talk about it because, like, wow, it's amazing. For starters, up here you've got this brand new chest crunch, which utilizes this pull-out piece inside of his belly, which allows him to lunge forward and have just that little bit more action in his range of motion. There's also swing out shoulders here, which allow him to reach in way more, which these inside joints are not PC, so they pop out kind of easily like that because they're rigid, but it's still a great joint. And then down here at the feet, if you guys have the X and Zero model kits, you'll know that X's feet mobility was already great, and Zero's was alright. But Kotobukiya has went and outdone themselves with these boots. I mean, just look at that. That is absolutely crazy. And then on the hands here, on the wrists, they've added this kind of swing out to his arms, which allows him to do stuff like reach his buster easier, which is a really good addition because Mega Man has a lot of iconic poses where he's holding his buster ready to shoot, and this allows him to reach those poses easily. And now I'm going to get him into a more standard pose so that we can compare him to some other figures. First off, let's measure Mega Boy. Mega Man stands at about 5.5 inches, which is standard for Kotobukiya's Mega Man models. And here is Mega Man standing next to X. As you can see, Mega Man is a very big boy. He's as tall as X, which is inaccurate, but I think these guys look really good next to each other on a shelf otherwise. And this is him next to a 1 out of 144th scale Gundam model kit. And this is him next to a Marvel Legends figure, in case you wanted to do some kind of Marvel versus Capcom setup on your shelves. I think these two scale pretty good together. Now let's talk about the accessories. Let me just get them all in here. There's a lot of accessories. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands, an extra arm, the buster, a charge shot effect, and 1, 2, 3, 4 heads, or faces, and then an unhelmeted head. First off, let's look at these hands. These are the fists. Let me bring the focus in a little bit. These are the fists. There's definitely some seam lines on them, but otherwise I think they look great. There's these buster holding hands that are almost closed. Buster holding hands with an open thumb. And then wide open hands. Next we've got the extra arm, which is, an extra arm. We already went over the flexibility for that. And next is the faces. I've already said that these faces look absolutely fantastic because of Kotobukiya's great painting here. But they are just amazing. You've got an open mouth one for action poses, a teeth gritting one, and of course the neutral face that's on Mega Man right now. And this is the unhelmeted head, which is really, really cool. And this is what it looks like on Mega Man. And then, yet again, you've got the charge shot effect piece, which I'm not going to go over too much, since it's literally the same one as the X model kit. Oh, and something I forgot to mention in the articulation section was this little collar piece right here. It's not attached to anything, so it just freely flows around the neck joint. So sometimes it can get in the way, especially if you have the helmeted head on. The other slight issue with this model is the tight joints on the elbows and knees. This I have mitigated by using some bearing oil, which you can check out my video guide on how to use down in the description. But out of the box, you're going to find these elbow joints or shoulder joints to be pretty dang tight, which is nothing a little bearing oil can't fix. And finally, let's get a closer look at this Mega Buster right here. As you can see, I've added some panel lining down the energy part and around the top to give it a little bit more pop. There's the little red gem in there. Yeah, looks awesome. You can also detach this ripple effect from the charge shot to give him this sliding effect, which you don't see that often in Mega Man 11. All you see is a little bit of dust coming off from behind him. But it is just the reused charge shot effect from the X model kit, so that's expected. Now, my verdict for this figure is it's absolutely awesome. There are very few flaws, and the flaws it has are minuscule. Kotobukiya really went all out with this kit, with the perfect sculpt, posability, and accessories. This is, in my opinion, the current best Mega Man figure on the market as of today. Thanks for watching, and keep on building for everlasting peace.